Good morning, my fellow day traders, and happy Monday. Welcome back to another day trading session, guys. Let's get right into it, and let's not waste no time because market opens here in about 3 minutes. Let's get right into it. I already posted my idea in the Discord, and remember, guys, if you guys want to join, the link is in the bio. But check this out, very simple trade ideas. I'm going to start on a 15-minute time frame, and I'm going to show you guys how I got this idea. But we have a nice 1 hour or 4 hour support at 518, which is a level that I plan on taking puts below, or just seeing how the market reacts at that level in general. So my put idea is basically anything below this area, I'm going to take a break and retest for some puts, try to take it all the way down to 518, take some more puts if we break below, or just see how the market reacts again, and either execute puts below 518 or below this little zone support here. And for a bullish idea, which I don't have much levels as far as a quick bullish level, other than maybe connecting that recent high with that recent high as well, calling it good like that, or taking a small breakout of this trend line here on the 15-minute time frame. So you guys can see we're kind of holding the support here so far, plus a little bit of a breakout of this trend could be an easy call level, and we can try to target up here to the most recent highs again. That's what I plan on playing, guys. It's very simple levels, and the way I got it is, check this out. Look at the 4 hour time frame. So check this out. So when you go on the 4 hour time frame, you can see, guys, look at here. Look at how there's some rejection here. Look at how there's some support here at the most previous recent areas, and look at here. Now here we are at that most previous recent area of whatever you want to call it. And then over here, when we came to this area, try to push up, but then it rejected and push all the way down. And again, push right through this level. And here we are, kind of just market opens here in about 45 seconds. So let's see what we're going to do, guys. So I'm currently just watching the market here. I'm watching SPY. And again, we already gave you guys the idea of what we're watching. I'm just currently watching this trend line here, seeing if we're actually going to break, if it's just going to continue doing what it's doing. But yeah, guys, so we're gonna see what it does. It's rejecting currently at this moment and has 2 minutes to close the way it is. So if it does close the way it is here, then that's a rejection. And of course, that doesn't mean I'm gonna take a position of anything. I want you guys to understand how I trade. So this is how I watch the market. Maybe this title of this video might be, this is how I watch the market open on a Monday. I gave you guys the idea of what I'm looking at on the 15-minute time frame and the higher time frames. Now I'm on the lower time frames, watching the 5 minutes, which is not my favorite thing. I might actually see, I watch the 15 minutes over here on my other screen. And if we do reject, then again, I'll watch and see if we break below this most recent support, break and retest strategy, call it good, one and done, and move on about our day. Simple. I want to show you guys something, because I'm always all about not trying to predict the market and waiting for a reaction. And look at this perfect example, guys. We're right here at pre-market low, which if you don't know what pre-market low is, it's just the lowest level that pre-market hit, which in this case, it's literally this level right here. Currently bouncing just a little bit on it. You can see on the volume here on the 5 minute time frame. I'm just watching the lower time frame just to see precisely what we're doing. Volume's kicking in just a little bit, but it's really not that strong. 15 minutes has 9 more minutes before the candle closes, and we're going to see if it closes below. But currently right now at this moment, of course, it looks pretty weak. We also rejected this trend line here. It did try to do a fake out, so whoever took calls right at open got wrecked, which is why, again, we wait patiently, guys. We're not somebody that takes trades right at open. We like to see how the market acts first. So we're going to see if we're going to take puts below this level, and if we do, then we will, which I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to make some money today. Now what I'm going to do is either wait for a bounce here, enter on an aggressive pullback all the way back up here, or a nice entry of some puts for rejection. Then I'll do my best to hold for a breakdown back below here. Or if market never gets back above here to retest and it actually breaks below 518, then I'll again wait for another pullback to this area and enter again for a break and retest strategy. It's very simple, guys. I'm not chasing. I'm not going to have FOMO here. We're going to wait for this. Plus, we have news in 1 minute, so we're going to see exactly what happens. Here is the news right now called U.S. Economic Leading Indicators for 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll see what this candle looks like after it closes. Well, we just sit here, patiently wait for a nice pullback. I need me a knees deep pullback. I need me a $2 pullback, and I need to enter in when it pulls all the way back up. So that's my plan here. See what it does, see what we can get, and that's my entry. We're going to enter some NVIDIA here for some puts for potential rejection with the market. Now, NVIDIA and Apple are the only ones holding here very strongly. So look at this. So we got to be very careful. It's going to be a small, tight stop loss if it gets above this small little pattern. So we'll take a loss if we have to, but we're going to watch for some NVIDIA puts here. We're currently just down 7%, which is $27. We did see at one point we was down 9%, which right here is 9% for $30, which is not bad. Just going to watch here for the market. Market is trying to bounce here just a little bit. We're seeing a good breakdown now. Now we should see a market drop here real soon, guys. Everything's rejecting. QQ should get in for new lower lows. AMD as well. And guys, we should see some profits here real soon. We're currently in, but not enough, of course. Market did try to pull back just a little bit, but of course we're still holding it. Everything fell so hard besides somehow Nvidia. I'm gonna show you guys here in transition on my phone and show you guys the whole market as well. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it right now and add it in. So guys, look at this, check this out. The whole market is falling super hard. SPY straight red, ES straight red, AMD straight red, QQQ and Apple super red. Besides what's going on with Nvidia, guys, Nvidia needs to have a fat drop. So we're currently still in this trade. I'm recording it, you guys see. Nvidia needs to drop hard. I have no idea how everything's dropping but Nvidia. So I'm gonna do my absolute best to hold, guys, even though unfortunately the whole market is pulling down here super hard except Nvidia somehow. Now I might be lagging here, so I might actually switch over to my phone. So just in case my computer's lagging and it looks all weird, I'm just gonna talk to you guys like this for a quick moment while we're in this trade. And it's currently actually dropping right now, so that's pretty good. But guys, understand that every single time you take a single trade, you gotta assess your risk and already understand that either this trade is gonna be an A1 setup, or if you don't take an A1 setup, that's the reason why when you do enter a trade, you're struggling and having emotion. So check this out. Every single time I take a trade, I understand the setup. And in this case, this was a symmetrical triangle breakdown to the downside. I got in the middle. It did pull up for a little bit, almost my stop loss, and then rejected all the way down. And now we're seeing some decent 3-4% gains, which is really nothing. But again, I already know exactly how much I'm gonna lose. 10% is $35 because $350 entry, 10% stop loss is $35. I probably won't get an exact 10% stop loss, just being realistic. I might get a 12%, 15% stop loss, which might be about 40 to 45 to 48, almost $50. Now, if this thing does go in my favor and break some new lower lows, of course, I'm gonna do my absolute best, guys, which is what I always preach, to hit price target, which is at least 30% gains. So if I hit 30% gains, how much is that? That's gonna be $105. If this goes in my favor, I'm trying to make $100 on this trade. If it doesn't go in my favor, I'm willing to lose 35. It's really not that bad. And all you have to do is make sure you take an A1 setup trade. Now let's go over here and show you guys. So the whole market's falling off besides Nvidia somehow, but it is what it is. I took this trade. And again, the reason why is because we got a nice breakdown to the symmetrical triangle. It's currently just chopping around again, hoping that it rejects here around my entry at least. And if it doesn't, then again, I'm willing to take the loss. It is what it is. Guys, market's currently trying to bounce. We need this thing to die. And let me show you guys here again. Let me record on my phone and show you guys exactly what I'm looking at here across the board. So I watched 15-minute time frame. You guys can see everything pretty much died for a moment, but Nvidia is the only one going sideways. Literally, it hasn't even broke this most recent lower low, but it did break this little small trend line, but it's still holding. Everything else fell super hard. Even AMD broke really hard on new lower lows. Apple's currently bouncing here a little bit, and QQ somewhat kind of bouncing. But again, guys, so I did take Nvidia, unfortunately, and I'm only currently just down 2%, which is really not that bad. I can literally sell here, so I'm literally speaking to you guys, talking about it. But I'm gonna do my absolute best, again, guys, to hold at least to a price target or a stop loss of at least like 10%. So again, I'm willing to lose like 35. I don't want to get out too early and get too mad at myself for getting out too early. You know what I'm saying? So guys, there we go. We got the rejection as far as around our entry. Market's kind of pulling down here as well again. And we need these things to now break this new lower low trend as well. Guys, we've been in this trade for a whole hour and 30 minutes. This thing's taking so long. But the whole market's bouncing here. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, so we made a new trend line. As far as the top, we deleted the old ones. I wouldn't say we even made a new trend, but we deleted the old trend lines just to keep the clutter out the way. And we actually connected these two wicks here. And if we do get a break above, guys, we're gonna have to close. And if it rejects and goes back down to the downside, then that's ideally what we want. But honestly, it's not looking like that because SPY and everything is currently getting above here. Let me show you guys how my brain thinks, because this is literally how I trade the market, guys. And understand, today's just one of those days where I caught a bad trade. But it is what it is. If you guys see, I do show you guys my P&L all the time, but it is what it is, so I don't mind. But again, look at the way the market is now bouncing. I showed you guys earlier the whole time the market was dropping. Now you guys see, for you guys self, everything's pumping. AMD's pumping. QQ's pumping. Apple's pumping. Everything is pumping, and this is the trade that I took here on Nvidia. Nvidia was the only one to go sideways literally all day. Everything else dropped, but that's no excuse. The thing is I picked the wrong trade, which is totally fine. And I'm currently only down 5% at this moment, which is not bad. Contracts are currently at 332, got in for 350, and we're going to determine if we're going to sell here at the moment, which we most likely will, because these things are currently about to hit stop loss. So guys, we literally just sold. I hope I caught it. I'm not sure if I hit play, but as soon as this thing broke above, market's getting super bullish. We literally just alerted the Discord that, guys, we sold for a small loss around 330. Told them to get out for a $22 loss. We sold at the bid, so we got a $25 cut, which I'll take it, guys. Again, better than what we expected to lose, which was $35. Okay, guys, so we're gonna quickly go over this trade that I took. Market closes in about 40 minutes. You guys can see just about a couple more 15-minute candles and the market closes. But we're gonna go over this trade that we took and show you guys exactly why we took it. First, I'm I'm gonna put arrows on the 5-minute time frame so that we can see my entry and exit. Okay, so we put on the 5 minutes where we entered, but right now we're looking at the 15-minute time frame, guys. So the reason why we entered is because not only did Nvidia fall down with the market and pulled back here for a little bit of a pullback, and then market started falling off a cliff here, which is why I entered Nvidia. But on top of that, we saw on the 5-minute time frame, guys, when I entered in. But let me delete that line so that I can show you guys this, what I was watching. So we were watching this little bit of a trend line here, or a little bit of a pattern, a little bit of a bearish pattern, and it did actually break out to the downside. We got in a little bit early, saw it pull back here to about negative, I don't know, 6-7%, and then it sold off and rejected. Got the breakdown, but then ultimately came back up to reject again one last time, and then we sold on this counter here. Now, I know a lot of people are probably gonna say, man, you shoulda, coulda, woulda. And looking back, to be honest, trade recap wise, hindsight in my favor, looking back on this, I can see that even though we did create a little bit of a higher high here, ultimately we're still below my stop loss, which is about 10%, and we did take about a 7% stop loss. But also, we didn't even come to this area of rejection for potential reject. We just actually created a lower high on this area. But what I did expect was, after we get a little bit of a break here on this 5-minute time frame, a continuation to the upside. So I did not want to sell for $35 loss. We just took a $25 loss, which will show you guys that here. So again, here it is. There's my order: 808 entry, 941 exit, 350 entry, 325 exit for a $25 stop loss or loss. It's really not that bad. I'm willing to take that. Market closes here in about 25-30 minutes, and we're not going to trade anything else, guys. So we're going to wrap it up here. This is how I watch the stock market. This is how I trade. This is how I try my best to actually hold my P&L, which I'm about to transition and show you guys. It's consistently profitable. So even though you guys do see me on certain days take some losses, and maybe you would have traded a different way, it is what it is, guys. This is my trading style. And tomorrow, I'm going to take this lesson tomorrow and understand that I need to hold even if it doesn't go to stop loss. Because you guys can see my stop loss is actually way up here. But this was a 7% stop loss. So had I held just a little bit more, I'd probably at least still be in a little bit of profits, but really not anything crazy, guys. It's probably about like 2%. Let's transition, show you guys my P&L, and we'll close it right up. So we're going to quickly go over my TradeZella, as well as show you guys my orders here, and also even go on my orders on my TOS, and as well as I want to show you guys something on my Trade Ideas tab. But let's get right into first TradeZella. So again, here's my TradeZella, guys, for this month so far, and I currently am now on a losing streak, as you guys can see, as far as it says up here. But this is my favorite thing to look at, is right here, the daily net cumulative P&L. So although I do have a 67% or a 69% win rate, what I love is just seeing this. So we do have some pullbacks in my P&L as far as every single day trying to gain some money and consistently trading every single day, you guys can see. But also, this is how my weeks go, and this is what it looks like from last month. So this is last month. Let's go to last month. So this is March, and I just opened my TradeZella in March on this day here. So here are all my trades for March. And then here is this month here. So that's what it's looking like so far. $25 loss on Monday, and I'm going to call it good. I'm going to try to take one and done trades. And on top of all that, guys, $25 loss there. Then when I go here to my monitor for 400 Schwab, $25 loss, 325 entry, 350 exit, which lines up perfectly. We're here, $1,400 Charles Schwab, 350 entry, 325 exit. And again, I'm going to click how much money I made, and you guys can see $25 loss. So we're going to call it here, call it good. I hope you guys had an awesome Monday, and I want you guys to understand that I try to do these trades so that you guys can see me hold and see how I act and how market acts for me as well when I take these specific trades. Now, of course, everybody has their own type of trading style. Everybody has their own type of trading setup. And in this case, this was a very simple just trading pattern. And of course, I got a little bit early, which we did get the breakdown, but it just did not follow through with the whole market. So it is what it is, out of mind. And I want you guys to overall take the lesson in how I act, or how my mind and brain thinks when I come and tell you guys how it is when I get these pullbacks. And some of you guys might sell or get a little bit too scared when the market pulls back. And maybe you guys might say I did too as well, even though it's a 7% stop loss. But I will say I love managing these type of small losses, because again, this is how I stay profitable. This is how I take small losses. This is how I take L's, and then I consistently take a bigger win. So had this trade win in my favor, then I would have made at least well over $80 to $120 or $105 like we planned for. But in this case, we got the very small cut of $25. Now, we're going to see how the rest of the week goes. And of course, if I can take some awesome ass trades for the rest of the week and capture a good trade, I'll show you guys again how I can hold and do my absolute best. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's vlog, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.